Gentlemen, start your engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting grid as they have qualified for the Great American Getaway 400 presented by VisitPA.com at Pocono. In recent weeks, Denny, Hammer, and Hamlin and his minions have been going bananas, scoring his third pole of 2026, his second in a row and 51st of his career. The 7-time Pocono champion goes for his first stretch of back-to-back-to-back victories as he sits 51 points behind first in the standings. Alongside, still looking for his first win here and of the season, it's two-time runner-up Young Money Kyle Larson. Row 2, Coca-Cola 600 winner Dandy Daniel Suarez has 2 top 5s at this facility, and Turbo Ty Gibbs made his first Cup start here in 2022 and finished 5th a year later. He also led 21 laps from the pole in 2024. In Row 3, you'll find fellow Gibbs driver Trojan Chase Briscoe, the defending winner, and the Prosper Punisher Chris Buescher scored his first career win here a decade ago. It's an all-Legacy Motor Club, all red, white, and blue Row 4 with that Jones boy, last week's runner-up Eric Jones, 4 top 3 finishes at Pocono, and John the Bounty Hunter Nemechek, 6th last year. Row 5, William Red Byron led the most laps in 2023 before struggling late in the race, and two-time winner Ryan Inside Blaney throws it back to the time Ryan Newman won the Daytona 500 in 2008. In Row 6, sliced for himself, Joey Logano won the first 400-mile race here back in 2012, and Alex the Greatest Bowman won the first race on a doubleheader weekend 5 years ago. Row 7, Marvelous Michael McDowell finished 6th in 2022, and where there's Austin Hill, there's a way as the 2023 O'Reilly race winner rolls out in the 33. Back in Row 8, it's Stone Cold Custer who's looking to make up 3 points for a spot in the in-season challenge in 2 weeks, and Daytona 500 champion and point leader Tyler Chronicles of Riddick is a 2-time runner-up at this track. Row 9, Austin Cindric the Entertainer had a top 10 run last year, and Insane Zane Smith has a top FOM entry in the field. To Row 10, Dangerous AJ Allmendinger has 2 top 10s here, and Josh Wildberry is now a free agent for 2027, but on the bright side, today marks his 100th Cup Series start. Row 11, Ricky is in the Stenhouse Jr. 7th 3 years ago, spun in practice but managed to clock in 21st in qualifying, and the Panhandle prospect, 2-time 4th place finisher Christopher Bell is back after the most hellacious hit with the next-gen car did a number on his wrist last week in Michigan. Row 12, the Napa Maniac, Chase Elliott was the other driver involved in that crash with Bell. The eventual 2022 race winner lines up next to the Melonhead boss, Ross Chastain, who has yet to score a top 10 at this tricky triangle. Row 13 belongs to Riley Terrible Hopes in the second Monster Machine, and Carson Hurricane Hocevar brushed the wall in qualifying in a way that almost mirrored his incredible save from last year. Row 14, my, it's Ty Dillon in the Patriot Mobile Chevrolet, and zooming Connor Zillich praised for things to turn around after 3 consecutive last place finishes. The 15th row consists solely of front row motorsports teammates, with the Todd father Todd Gilliland and Nacho Noah Gregson has the title sponsors of the O'Reilly race on board. Row 16 belongs to the Street Slayer Shane Van Gisbergen, who's bound to have some fun for the next 2 races on the schedule, and the ace Austin Dillon finished 10th 4 years ago. Row 17, you better beware, it's Cody Ware in the 51 car, and flying by, it's Daniel Dye as he makes his second career Cup start for Live Fast Motorsports. In Row 18, Priest Lightning Clash winner Ryan Priest just couldn't get his car up to speed yesterday, but he has 2 8th place finishes at this course. Meanwhile, Casey Mears reappears after getting washed out of qualifying at Talladega. And finally, in Row 19, 2011 summer winner Brad the Big Keselowski had an engine issue in qualifying that led to him completing his lap with 7 cylinders. But that pales in comparison to Hubba Bubba Wallace, who wrecked before posting a time right after Hocevar's save in that same spot on the track. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the Great American Getaway 400 at Pocono.